Hello, choristers. Let's say the truth about something that most choir whisper about, but never say it out loud. Some choir directors secretly dislike choristers joining the praise and worship team. Yes, they do. But why? Alright, before I tell you why, check my last video where I spoke about the merits and demerits of a chorister joining the praise and worship band. So you would be able to link the conversation and have better understanding. This is Choral Land with CAC, a safe space for honest conversations about the choir. Now, let's get to the business. The part 2 of this conversation is uncomfortable but very real. When a chorister joins the praise and worship band, the choir master or the music director sometimes smiles, pretending, but inside is displeased. You want to know why? Here are the reasons. 1. The vocal blend problem. So praise and worship singers are taught to standards, strong vocal projections, spontaneous reaction and flexibility in singing and all that. But for choir music, the opposite is the case. You are taught to blend. Uniformity, discipline is the goal. So some choir directors begin to worry that once their chorister join the praise and worship band, they begin to sound more like a soloist and not part of the choir, and that is an issue. Okay. The second point is vocal fatigue. So praise and worship choristers are trained to project, strong vocal projection, sing for a long period of time, high pitches, loud, shouting and straining of the vocal cords and all that. So by the time you're done with that long stretch of singing, the vocal cord is tired, the body is weak and all that. It affects the voice. And this is one thing that choral singing or choir singing is against. Choir singing preaches more of rest, no stress or strain on the vocal cords and all that. So at the end of the day, it becomes a disadvantage to the choir. The third one is shifting attention. So you discover that once a chorister starts leading praise and worship in the church, people begin to know them. They are now in the spotlight. They begin to feel this relevance, this importance. And gradually, you notice that the excitement at choir rehearsals for them begins to drop. It is now more of the excitement to band practice than choir practice. So you see a shift in attention, a shift in excitement, because in the band, they have the spotlight. They are known. Their names are now known because the band gives them the spotlight that the choir does not give them. Now, the fourth one is a very controversial issue, the authority question. So when a singer belongs to both the praise and worship band and the choir, you begin to ask, whose authority should I follow? Should I follow the authority and the leadings of my music director or the leader of the praise and worship band? This divided structure can create a subtle tension in the church's music ministry. But to be fair, not all music directors or choir masters sees it this way, okay? Some believe that if a chorister is well trained and disciplined, they can manage between the choir and belonging to the band, especially for a choir that has the band inside the choir. It's not an issue for some music directors. So let's be honest. Are some choir directors right in being worried when their members join the praise and worship band, or is it sheer insecurity? Tell us in the comments. Or if you are a chorister that also leads in the praise and worship band, has your music director shown any sign of worry because you belong there? Tell us in the comment section. Remember to watch out for the part 3 of this conversation, where we'll be talking about the rivalry between the choir and the band, just so we can get it all sorted out. Remember, this is Choral Land with CAC. Here, no shame, no judgment. We just discuss honest issues that can improve the choir. See you in my next video.